Hi guys, welcome back to Ethereal Orb. I am Megan. And it's been a little bit. I have had some sick kiddos, so not much sleep. So there hasn't been a lot of painting going on. So I'm really glad to be back to my art room and painting and videos. So anyway, I am excited tonight because Perfetto Paints sent me some samples. And they are so gorgeous. I looked at their website. They have tons of great stuff. So be sure and check them out. I'll link to their website down below in the description box, or you can Google Perfetto Paints. But they have all kinds of stuff. They have paint. They have mica powders. They have some pearl paste that looks just gorgeous. So if you're into resin and you do a lot of mica powder stuff, be sure and check that out because they have some really, really beautiful colors. And these are the colors that they sent me, and they are, as you can tell, they're very highly pigmented, so they are great for pouring and resin, where you're diluting the paint a little bit. This is Violet. It's a faux colorant, and it's this one right here. Really beautiful purple. Phthalo Blue, which is one of my absolute favorite colors, right here. And you can see that's transparent. Very, very pretty. Oh, I didn't mean to throw it down. This one is one of their metallic paints, and it's in teal. This one is deep Ferris green. And right here we have deep blue. The gold is really pretty. This is not, the camera is not doing it justice. There you go. You can sort of see the purple. This is gold violet. And there you can see it in the container. I still haven't had a lot of sleep. I'm still a little tired. Sorry. My brain is a little slow tonight. But that is beautiful. And I actually don't have that mixed right at the moment. And then Irish Gold, which is also really, really gorgeous, and that's this one right here. So those are the colors they sent me. Make sure to check out their website because they have some amazing colors and some just really neat products. They also have some of that, oh, what's it called? That glass bead gel that I think would be really interesting to try. And I've been playing around with it and practicing with it. Because it's a bit thinner than most of the acrylic, the art paints. It's even a bit thinner than some of the craft paints. And so I've had to mix it a little bit differently than what I normally do. And I'll show you that here in just a second. But I want to show you some of the things I've been doing with it. Isn't this pretty? I did a skin. This was a swirl, so there's no silicone or anything in it. It was a bit thinner at this point. I didn't have a real thick mix with it, which I usually do with a swirl. And I added a magenta to it. But I just want to show you the back of this skin. Isn't that pretty? My daughter said you can make a really big piece of jewelry out of that. I think that would be just a little bit too big. Yeah. Maybe a breastplate? I don't know. If you want to wear armor that's just really, really pretty. I could put some resin on it and then back it with some metal, and there you go. You can have a little armor. Of course, it's a little small for armor. And this picture you might have seen in my video. I think it was one of our challenges that we had to do some touch-ups, do some embellishments, not touch-up, embellishments to a previous pour. And I did some pastel work. You can see where I've done some pastel work on it. And I wanted to try the Perfetto paints over the pastels and over the paint to see how it would do with layering. And you can see right here I used the, that would have been, nope, I think I did use the Irish Gold right here, and just a very, very thin layer. And I used some of the, must be down here, I used some of the teal, and right here you can see that gold violet. I had to look at the name. Gold violet. And again, the camera is not quite doing it justice. It's very, very pretty. But so it really is great for over a pour. Oh, and I used some of the violet. Not the rose violet. Where is it? Oh, that's phthalo. This faux colorant violet over some of the darker areas. And it just worked really, really well. So, it's just a great paint for adding to your pours as well. So, I'm going to show you, I have all my colors mixed, but I'm kind of going to explain what I did because they are a bit thinner. Let me get these out of the way so I don't get anything on them. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little bit about how I mixed this. And really, it's no different than any other paint, except I had to go about it just a little bit differently. The paint, I added 1 part of the Perfetto paint, this is the violet, to about 2 parts Floetrol. And because the paint is thinner, it was a thinner mix than I would normally use. If you're new to my channel, I'll let you know I do use a little bit thicker mix than some people I've noticed. But basically I have a custard test, and I'll link to that in the description bar if you want to see that a little bit more detail. But what I like to do is run my finger through it a little bit. And if the paint starts to come back together, but doesn't run all the way back together, that's how I like my paint. So if I were to run my finger through it and it just just ran right back together like I didn't run my finger through it, that's too thin for me. If it doesn't move at all, it's a bit too thick. So what I did after I mixed the Perfetto paint with the Floetrol, I pulled out some glue all. I don't usually use glue all in my pouring medium, but I needed something a bit thicker than Floetrol. I tried pouring medium, but it was a bit too thin as well. So I pulled out the glue all, and I just kept adding a little bit of glue all until I got that consistency that I liked. And I did that with the violet, the teal, the Irish gold, and deep blue. And so these are all mixed to my custard test recipe. So I'm really happy with that. I also mixed up some titanium white. This is just Master's Touch titanium white. This already has some treadmill belt lubricant in it. I'm going to add a drop to my other colors. This is Spot On. This is my favorite silicone. I'm going to add 2 to the purple just because there's quite a bit in there. And I will mix that in. Okay. Oops, I don't need to mix my white because I didn't add it to my white. So I'm going to do a flip cup on some white, and I'm going to have to be can't think of the word. See, I told you my brain's a little bit behind tonight. I'm gonna have to be careful how much I add to my cup because I have a small canvas tonight. Goodness gracious, my Floetrol had some clumps this time. Maybe I should have gone to bed tonight instead of painted, but it's been so long I wanted to paint. I'm just gonna cover my canvas with some white paint. I couldn't wait to get back. I had so many ideas running through my head. Okay. And like I said, I don't want to go crazy because I don't have a huge canvas. It's not going to take a ton of paint to cover it. There we go. Let's put this over here. These colors, I'm going to put a little bit of white in here. What in the world happened to my... Oh, I spread it around. Ugh. Maybe I should have at least had some coffee. Those of you who are new to my channel, I usually have had a little bit more sleep than I've had the last few nights. And I'm a hair bit more with it. Of course, some of you may be not new to my channel and you're like, who are you kidding, lady? You're always crazy. That's okay, too. These are really pretty colors. hope I don't have them too thick from that glue all. Usually I can see a little bit of interaction in the cup. We'll see when I pour. If I don't get cells, what I think we'll do after this one, I'll thin them down a little bit. Let's see if maybe I had it a little too thick. I can usually tell by that custard test, but as you can tell, a bit steamy. Okay. Look, it looks like I have a little turtle there. Okay, I don't want to flip this completely upside down because I have that white paint on there. So, there we go. Should we poke a hole in this? Try and get some of that out. Let's do that. Oops, let's do the side. There we go. Some air out of there. Or, I mean, the suction out of there. Oop, we have some coming out right there. Cool beans. Oh, we are getting some cells. Good. See that already? Let's lift it up a little bit. Whoa. Oh, I love that purple. And that blue. Really, really pretty. I might leave some negative space. Let's just do kind of a swirly swirl. I like what's happening right here, so I think let's go off this edge. Maybe off this way a little bit. And let's see if I do this. Is it all going to stay in there? Yep. Let me wipe my hands off a little bit. Didn't think that was too thick. It just sat in the cup like it was a little thick. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think, is add some white here. I kind of like what that's doing. Go up. Wipe that off. Add a little bit more white right here. There we go. Let that flow kind of naturally. And I'm going to add a little white right here. Ah! My light turned off for some reason. Actually, I kind of like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a straw. And I'm just going to soften these edges. And then I'm going to call it done. I want to blow. Alright. Let's go back this way. I kind of like that. It's almost like a flower, kind of. Let's torch just to see if we get anything. It's been sitting there a bit, so I'm not sure we'll get anything. Poke a little bit. Some little ones. I'm going to call that one done. Actually pretty happy with that. So let's do some close-ups. Hopefully I can get my light to turn back on so we can see those metallics shining. Okay. There we go. I was able to turn my flash back on so you can see how pretty that metallic is. Oh, that's cool. And down here. This would be beautiful in resin. I don't resin very much. Did my light just go out again? I think it did. I don't resin a whole lot because I don't have a great place to do it. I have little ones running around. So, but I might have to figure it out here and use some of these because look at those. Ah, focus. Metallics, when they be beautiful in resin. If you've used this brand, this Perfetto brand in resin, let me know. I'd love to hear how it turned out. And like I said, they have mica powders as well, so check out their website, and I will link to it in the description bar. As always, guys, happy pouring!